Hi, it's David Phelps here, the CEO and founder of the Freedom Founders Mastermind community. The way I was brought up in life and going through school and in my formal education to become a dentist was one of being very factual in nature. Science, right? It's all about facts. I'm a fact finder by nature. I want to know everything about everything before I take a step or a move. And that's good in some respects. I mean, that's good for treating patients or dealing with very delicate or very sensitive issues in life. You've got to be very detailed in those cases. But I had to learn quickly in life that if I followed that same thinking about having to know everything about everything, I wouldn't get very far in life. And outside of the mouth, where I learned to put my technical skills, I had to become a different thinker. And what slows most of us down, most of my colleagues in life, is they still want to be thinking about everything. It's what I call paralysis by overanalysis. Got to know everything. Got to know everything. We by nature we hate change. We want things to be the way we've learned them to be and follow a straight path to get from A to B, whatever that goal is in life. We've got lots of goals. In our financial matters, about gaining freedom in life, which is what Freedom Founders is all about. How do we get freedom? Well, the first base in the 5 freedoms is financial freedom. How do we get there? Well, you've heard me talk over and over again about the fact that just trading time for dollars, exchanging our labor, our expertise for money, doesn't get people rich, doesn't get people wealthy. And by wealthy, I mean having enough wealth that turns into annuity cash flow so that we don't have to work when we don't want to. Doesn't mean we don't work. You want to love what you do. But when you have the option and choice, then you don't have to anymore. And the problem is getting there has been in the past a pathway that says to most of us, well, work hard, pay your taxes, pay your overhead, pay your lifestyle, and then take what's left over and put it with Wall Street, with a financial money manager, financial advisor. For sure, you got to have a 401k because you're not doing that. You're not following the mainstream advice. The problem is that model just doesn't work. It didn't work in the past, and for sure it doesn't work anymore. We've got too much volatility in the marketplace today. We've got a country that has been built on debt and more debt and more debt. We've got great stimulus going on out there, and you cannot follow the old models because you're not going to get there. It's like being on a hamster wheel, and it wears people out. If you're younger and you're listening to this message, listen carefully, because what you don't know is that if you're in your 30s, 40s, or even early 50s, and you think you've got more time to make this old plan work, it's going to fool you. I talked to too many hardworking, disciplined doctors that have followed that mainstream traditional financial plan, and in their 60s, it has not worked out. They're not even close to where they need to be because they never figured it out. So I caution you about using the same prudence that you do in the work you do in your formal training education, being very detailed. I caution you about that. Now, I want you to be careful about what you do. You need to find a board of advisors. You need to have a group of people that help you ask the right questions, that can show you a different path, a path that the majority is not taking. See, being contrarian is not a bad thing as long as you know why you're being contrarian. Following the majority means you're going to get majority results, which is average. It's mediocre. It's not what you signed up for. You wouldn't be where you are. You would have gone through the hard work, the pain, the discipline, the education, the risk to start a business and see people, all that risk. And now you want to play small ball, meaning you want to stay in the small box of the traditional financial Wall Street model, which is not going to work. You've got to find a group of like-minded people, but like-minded in following the road less traveled, not the road most people travel. That's what gets you from A to B, gets you to financial freedom. Then you start to have the other freedoms: time freedom, relationship freedom, health freedom, significance, purpose, and meaning, legacy. The things that you really want in your life, you're closer to them than you think. You just haven't stepped out of that mainstream majority thinking. Freedom Founders is where we do that. Freedom Founders is where we have people that have stepped away from that paralysis of analysis and decided to make decisions based on their goals and not everybody else's. Are you thinking the way everybody else thinks, or are you in a position where you want to think differently? Ask that question to yourself today. What's going to change for you if you don't change now?